Hello, my name is James. I am a new USA Volleyball professional referee. This is my first ever paid game as a official referee. I did two other before this for my certification, but aside from that, this is my first ever game, pretty much on my own, being in charge of the match. So this game took place at the Capitol Hill Classic about a month ago, I believe. It's between Maverick Stampede, which is a Canadian team on the left side in the red. Then on the right side we have Columbia 15 Red, which is a team from Maryland. Um, I decided to do this mainly because I haven't seen this before, and to just really go over my performance as a referee, not necessarily any of the players, although it is a benefit to be able to go over that. Additionally, if you've seen other videos on my channel, I have a POV camera, which is really just, I have glasses that have a camera in the center of them. And so I decided to wear them for this game so that later on I could review any tough calls that I may have made or missed and try to learn from them. So this video feed is from Baller TV. They are a paid service that runs at a lot of these USA Volleyball tournaments. I'm going to transition over to the view from my camera glasses. And so this is what it looks like from my perspective. And I'm mainly going to be looking at the Baller TV feed, but then as we go through, I'm going to try and transition over at various times to see what it looks like from my perspective. Because I know from a lot of players, they say that referees are blind, which is understandable. But mainly I just want to show everyone what it looks like as a referee, and also give my, I guess my own recalling of my own memory of what happened. What was I thinking during that time frame? What was I seeing? What was I looking at that maybe helped me make a call, or maybe helped me miss a call? And hopefully this will help myself and maybe any other referees or prospective referees or players, fans get an understanding of what it is that we see from up on the stand. Let me transition over to the first play that I want to go over. Alright. So I'm going to pause this. So we have Columbia 15 Red on the right serving, Maverick on the left receiving, and let me go ahead and play it back one more time. And so we have what looks like an overpass, and I'm going to switch to the POV camera on this one, just so we can see whether or not if it was an overpass, and if not, what does that look like? And then Maverick hits the ball out, so that was a point for Columbia 15 Red. Serve is up, and I'm going to pause right here. So right now, when we're looking for an overpass, or maybe when we're looking for a reaching over call, what we want to mainly see is if the ball is in the plane of the net, or if it's going to be landing in the plane of the net. In this case, I think it's very clear from my angle that the ball is definitely going to be well past the plane of the net, which it is. It's firmly on this on Columbia 15 Red side. This player does a good job getting up there and knocking it back. And then I'm going to play the rest of this. And it's out. So in this one, let me transition over to the rule book. Reaching beyond the net is the official name. Is it Rule 11.1? And blocking, a player may not touch the ball beyond the net provided that he/she does not interfere with the opponent's play before the latter's attack hit, or after an attack hit, a player is permitted to pass his or her hand beyond the net provided that the contact has been made within his or her own playing space. So in this situation, the ball was well over the net. This would be categorized as an attack hit, and I think this is a pretty obvious play. This is a pretty obvious call, I should say. Definitely not reaching over. And good job on the Columbia 15 red player. So moving over to 19. Columbia 15 is serving again. And the ball is hit and looks out. And why am I looking at this line judge? The ball was clearly on the far side, so I should be looking at the line judge on the left. You know, first game, this is probably 2 or 3 points into it. Yeah, it's actually 5 points into the game, so probably just a little bit of rest. Alright, so I think these are, calls that aren't too difficult to make so far. I'll skip ahead a little bit to maybe one that might be a little bit more difficult. Or I guess more, we'll just let it play. I did take some notes down on plays that I wanted to go over, but I didn't write super detailed ones. Alright, so we have a possible... Alright, looks like I called 4 hits there. We're going to play that one more time. So Columbia 15 is serving. I think I should have technically used the double hand signal. 1, 2, 3, and then she plays it off the net. And I'm going to pause it here, and we will run it slow motion. Alright, so the main thing I'm looking for here is a touch on Columbia 15 red. Let me back it up a little bit. I'm going to pause it here. We're going to take it. And then, so, things to look for right here. Obviously a block touch or a net violation. You can actually see my R2 here. She's in the black and white. I don't remember what the team name is called, but she's in perfect position to see this. Let's go back. Let's go forward a frame. Ball hits the top tape of the net. The ball pushes the net forward, or the top tape of the net. Looks like it might have pushed the ball, or looks like it might have pushed the tape into a Columbia 15 red player, which would not be a fault. I will show you the USA volleyball ruling on that. So the main question is, was there a touch here? Obviously, this isn't very clear. Let's see if there's another frame that we can get on this. Doesn't seem like it. Although it is possible. But the same player, number 21, is that 21? I believe it's 21, 27, does touch the ball twice in a row. So let's see if we can actually... Let's look at this one more time. I'm gonna run in slow motion. Yeah, it doesn't seem like any Columbia 15 red player actually touched the ball. It seems like the net pushed forward, and when it pushed forward, they may have moved their hands. And a blocking motion. Because the ball ran, or because the ball pushed the net into their arms, I wouldn't call that a fault. But again, let's go through the rule book. Alright, so contact with the net. Contact with the net by a player between the antenna during the action of playing the ball is a fault. The action of playing the ball includes, among others, takeoff, hit or attempt, and landing safely ready for a new action. So skipping down to 11.3.3, when the ball is driven into the net, causing it to touch an opponent, no fault is committed. So again, in my opinion on this, the ball drove the net into the Columbia 15 red players arms. And so it wasn't going to be a net touch. And let's see if we can maybe see if there was a ball touch in this one. I mean, the ball is so far below the tape, it seems like. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there was a touch there on any Columbia 15 player. Now, as far as whether or not that's 4 hits or double, let's go through the rulebook again. So same player makes 3rd and 4th team hits, signal double contact. So that's exactly what happened. Number 27. Made the attack hit. The ball rebounded, and then she tried to play it off the net. Which, good reaction on her end, but unfortunately, not legal. But yeah, I'd love to hear anyone's opinions on, at least just from the footage that I've shown you guys, what you think that call should be. Do you think if it was the right call, the wrong call, or if you're a referee, what would you have called? The score is now 7-6 with Maverick in the lead by 1 point. Columbia 15 is serving on this one. Get up. There we go. I think I had questions on whether or not that might have been a lift. Good play so far. That's me checking to see that she didn't touch the net. Yep, right there. So I don't think this was the technical term is a catch or a throw. Let me back this up a little bit. Run it in slow motion. She swings her arm. I'm pretty sure the ball rebounds, which is what we're supposed to be looking for. So I don't have a problem with it. And then good kill there by number 4. Also, Maverick has a very funny chant. I'm not entirely sure what they were saying. It was like bump set boom or something, but it's pretty funny. And one of the things that I don't think people realize as a referee is that even though we have like a front row view and an elevated view, we don't necessarily get to enjoy watching the game because we're looking at every single touch. We're looking at in out calls. We're making eye contact with our second referee. There's so many things going through our minds that we don't necessarily get the opportunity to enjoy the game, except for a brief moment. So looking back, this is very good to see. And I will say, Maverick had a lot of very good digs. Columbia was also very good on hitting in this game. High ball. Another good dig. She's going to free ball it over. And so here we have the R2 who's using an electronic whistle trying to get my attention. And she is calling a net violation on Maverick. So let's just go back and see if we can see that. I believe it happened on the far side of the court. Alright, this is going to be a very tight play, but let's go to the POV camera. This net touch was on one of the player's hands. All right, so this is it. We have this middle. He's going to hit it. Very good hit. And didn't really have a good visual, but the net does shake. And there's my R2 with her hand up in the air. One of her hands up in the air, and the other one's pointing to the point. So. Alright, so let's go through that again. Full speed. I mean, we can see the net touch. We don't have a good frame rate on this one, but that was a good call by my second referee there. The net touch was definitely on. It was on number 3 or number 21's hands, I believe. Ooh, another good hit by the middle, number 5. Yeah, Columbia 15's middles were definitely killing it in this game, I will say. I think you'll see that a lot through this recording. Columbia 15 serving yet again. Score is it Columbia? Hold on. This one shows Maverick is actually up 21-11. Interesting. Maybe Columbia's on the left side. I don't know. Guys. But this one, let me replay again. I think this one I have down as either possible reaching over or possible net violation. I got another overpass. The ball is not in the plane of the net. So the next question is, does she touch the ball? And is there a player nearby that's available to make a play on the ball? Also, good job on my R2 for transitioning once he sees that this is an overpass. It doesn't seem like a touch. Although, ooh, spicy net violation here? Uh-oh. Did I miss a net violation, guys? Uh-oh. Let's see. I think this one I want to see if the top tape of the net maybe moves. Just go forward a frame. I might have missed a net violation, guys. Let's see again. Although it looks like her hand goes up. I'm not seeing movement at the tape. I know it's very blurry. And it seems like the net starts to move once the ball touches it. Then it rebounds off. Let's run through it again. I'll just play it in slow-mo. I'm not seeing a touch. I'm not seeing a reaching over call. I don't know about a touch though. Let's see if we can see a touch here. No, she didn't touch it. Now did she touch the net? I don't think so. I mean, I also don't have, I'm looking top down. And so I would think my R2 would have seen it. She didn't call it, and she seemed pretty experienced, so I'm good with not calling it a violation. She didn't touch the ball, or I guess I should say the team on the right didn't touch the ball. Columbia 15 is serving again. And it looks like we have a net violation here. even a possible center line violation, just depending on what happened first. And my R2 is definitely she's trying to get my attention. I'm looking over at her, trying to figure out what she's doing, because she's pointing on this side, and she also has her, I guess her whistle might be in her hand on this side of the net, so I'm not sure if she was it confused me if she was trying to call like a net violation on this team, if she was pointing on the team side, or what have you, but she eventually gets it and we figure it out. And this one's going to be a tight ball. You can already tell from the get-go. So let me just run this in slow motion fully, and then we'll go back over and do the frame by frame. And then she touches it in the bottom of the net. So let's go back to the frame by frame. Also, look at this line judge, boy. She is bored. She is probably sick of me, dude. Because I don't think I looked her way like maybe once or twice the entire game. So she's probably like, why am I even here right now? This dude doesn't even pay attention to me. I think I did the other line judge even dirtier. I don't think I looked at her like the entire game. So that's something I definitely need to work on. And nice tip attempt. So any possible net violation on this side? The hand is moving over, but it seems clean. Looks like the ball. This is the tape's buckling for the ball because the ball. I'm not seeing a net violation on the right side. And this player is crashing down. She's trying to save it. But nope, right there. Yep, you can see the bottom tape. And their foot crossed center line right under, I want to say it's actually the far blocker, who you're only supposed to call center line violations if there's interference, which is going to come back to haunt me now that I say this. Foreshadowing. But yeah, I mean, she is very clearly, number 10 is very clearly and the middle blockers, path. So, yeah, definite net violation. And I'm looking over here. I think at this point in time, I wasn't 100% sure if there was a net violation because it happened under the net. I didn't necessarily have like a great view on it. But yeah, I was kind of like, I was 90% there. That's why I'm already looking over here at her. So, again, good job on the R2. She was really, rock solid this game. Ooh, James, look at the line judge. Oh my goodness, this is going to get me in trouble one day. Maybe I did look at the line judge. X doubt. So Maverick serve. Ooh, just barely. She almost messed that one up, but she she saved it. Am I looking at the line judge? No, I'm not. Sorry, line judge. I'm sorry, but so this was the first set, and it looks like Columbia 15 is serving again. I think this one was a long rally. And she's going to the middle. That middle is dangerous. Good dig on Maverick. What a hit. What a save. Alright, they're gaming now. And the ball's out. One, two, three. A lot of quick touches there. Good dig. Ooh, couldn't save it. Because these happen very quickly. I guess mainly I just want to show the spectators and players what the quick touches looks like. So there's a lot going on there. Let's just go slow motion. Oof. Bad first touch. Nice try and tip, and then this player tips it. And then transition over. So yeah, this was a clean rally from both teams. There weren't any, significant faults. But yeah, sometimes these touches come quickly, and you definitely have to be ready for it. That's something that I don't think a lot of players or spectators really put a lot of thought into. They just say that referees are blind, but the reality is we're just, we got a lot to watch. So this one, I did miss a call, but I'm not going to tell you. I want you guys to see if you can figure it out. Yeah. Maverick is serving again. Almost aced him. Alrighty. Can anyone tell me what the fault is here? And it is not what you think it is. It is, but it isn't. Also, oh my gosh, the bald spot. No. Don't get old. Don't get bald, please. Kids don't. All right, let me get back to it. So from my perspective, I think I'm doing a pretty good job here. I'm leaning in, trying to get the best view possible. I'm not seeing any center line violations right now. The player's foot is on the line, which is legal. Some things to look for here are possible net violations on either side. On the Columbia 15 red player's follow through, there could be a net touch, and also on number 8, she's pretty close to the net. Her torso could be touching, her arm could be touching, her hand could be touching. But and let us transition over to the POV. Alright, so we're already here. And I'm going to run it through one time full speed, then we'll go to half speed at the key moment, and then we will go to frame by frame, and I'll tell you what I missed. And if you haven't already caught it, I will give you hints as we go along. Alrighty, so let us go back, and we're going to play it. Half speed, and let's do the frame by frame. So I want you to think about who the setter is and where her position is on the court. Let me give you a hint. It is this girl right here, number 8. So let's see what happens. Right? So number 8 is transitioning forward, which means that she is a back row player. And doop doop. The fault is right here. I believe this should be called not 110% sure, but about 95% sure that this is a back row block. So let me switch over to the rulebook real quick, and then we will come back to this play. Alright, so USAV 14.6.2, a back row player or a libero completes a block or participates in a completed block. I guess the key question in this one is number 8, a back row player. And so I reviewed this footage and I went back a couple points. Number 8 is in position 6. She had just served a couple points before, which is how I confirmed that I think she's a back row player. And this one I'm going to switch over to the casebook as well to demonstrate the ruling on this, which is 13.05. So the situation is here on the left side. Server number 6, which is serving team player, that's in position 6, passes the ball into the vertical plane of the net, and server team position 1, who's near the net, reaches higher than the top of the net in an attempt to save the ball. Receiving player number 4 illegally contacts the ball simultaneously while S1 is in the vertical plane of the net. Ball returns to the team server side of the net. Ruling blocking fault by server number 1. Either team has a right to play a ball that has penetrated the vertical plane of the net. Server 1, who was a back row player and was reaching higher than the top of the net, completed an illegal block by contacting the ball simultaneously with R4. So, things to go back over with. This is number 8, a back row player. Let's go back to the beginning of the serve and see where she's located. Server's all the way back here. Number 8 is over here. Libero's on the right side. And then we have 3 players in the front zone. Screening but not screening. And so number 8 is actually supposed to be here if you lined everyone up, in their actual positions. And so we're going to see this once this front row players break apart after serve. We see they've broken apart, and number 8 is nowhere to be seen. And now number 8 is transitioning forward into the setter role. And now, here's the key moment. We're going to go through the frame by frame. So some things to keep in mind. Is the ball entirely higher than the top of the net? So right here, I would say there's simultaneous contact. It's not entirely clear. There might be a little bit of some spacing here, but the ball is definitely higher than the top of the net. And it looks like the touch is here. The ball would technically be lower than top of the net. And then the net violation occurs around this time frame. And yeah, she's way into the net. And again, I'm going to go back a little bit, and let's focus on the R2. R2 does a good job transitioning back over to make this call. And she was very quick on it. So, R2, if you ever see this video, good job. Really killing it. With Maverick serving. So in this one we might have a possible in or out call. As well as a possible touch at the net. We'll see if we can see it in the first person. So we're going to stop here. Doing a good job leaning in to get the best view possible. R2 is in position on this one. And it does not seem like there's a touch. I didn't hear a second hit. And so let's transition over. I actually need to switch to a different file. So Run through the slow motion. Is there a touch? Very hard to tell. Let's see if we can get the frame by frame. I don't think so. This is pretty blurry. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, she hit the ball at a bad angle, but I did see that the ball was out. However, why am I looking at this line judge? What are you doing, bro? Look at your look right. I'm sorry, line judges. I failed you. But you know, I didn't see a touch, and I'm pretty sure that was out. So, you know, I really gotta look at the line judges though. And then we are skipping ahead a lot more. Hey, there we go. You look at the line judge late after you awarded the point. This is gonna. I'm telling you guys, man. I'm gonna get caught lacking on this one of these days. I'm looking like, all right, let's skip to the POV. Oh my goodness, I'm embarrassed about this one. We'll check for a touch as well. Pretty much the same thing happened as last one. Different hitter though. It's top tape. Bounces off. I don't think there was a touch. And in or out? Looks out. And I award the out. I look over at that line judge and I'm like, oh wait. And she's like, no eyes on. I'm kind of like, eh. So in this case, I might have been saved by my line judge not having a good view. You know. Probably because she was sleeping because I hadn't paid attention to her all game. So she was like, I don't need to pay attention anymore. But which, you know, is understandable. You know, if you're a player and you're on the work team line judging, even if the referee is ignoring you, please continue to call those in and out touches and pay attention. Because you never know when you're going to have a new referee like me that is, you know, overwhelmed. Because this environment is very overwhelming. Yeah, let's skip towards the end of the game. And possible net touch. R2 didn't give me anything, so that's what I went with. Good save by the libero and possible net touch. I don't think so. Usually you can tell when a player may have touched the net because they'll hit you with the quick hit turn. Possible reaching over. Doesn't seem like it touches the ball and that goes into the net, or ball goes to the net. And yeah, it doesn't seem like your hand touched. This player's like, she's like that. she is like, did she touch the net? No, she did not. And I think that was gonna be game point. So let's finish out the game point at an hour and 4 minutes. This took longer than the freaking match did. And good block. And that is game. So, all right. Um, what do you guys think? How did I do? Are there any calls that you agree with, disagree with? Yeah. As for my overall performance, I think I did pretty well. Um, it helps that I had a very good second referee who was very experienced and was able to make a lot of tough calls that I wasn't necessarily 100% sure on. Um, I definitely need to pay more attention to my line judges. Definitely was not utilizing them to full effect, and yeah, they definitely could have, saved me in a couple of situations for making tough calls or um, putting a lot more stress on myself. I think also looking at them, maybe every play will help keep them engaged because they'll know that I'm looking at them and relying on them for calls. Um, so yeah, that's all I have for this video. I was thinking about maybe doing two in a row, but at an hour video time, not today, not today. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, please tell me in the comments below. If you are a player, spectator, referee, just general fan, some random person that came across my video, thank you for watching. And if you'd like to see this again, please let me know. I'll probably do a couple more of these as time goes by. But that's all for now. Thank you and goodbye.